I have a real personal interest in what took place this week. I've been in several different schools, and in all the schools I've been in, we come in second in football, and second in basketball, second in softball, second in cross country, second in track, and I started thinking, maybe it's me. So I want to thank you for finally taking that incredible burden off my back. And I think I'm right, that this is the first, Don, you probably know this better than I, the first state team champion in the history of our school. So, Before I go on, I want to acknowledge a couple former knowledgeable coaches. David Holman, was with the program for many years. You go way back to its roots, one of the original co-founders, along with Mrs. Peterson, Don Fellows, and Don wants to say a couple of things.
Well, I sincerely want to offer my congratulations to this group for doing something that we never could at the time. And we had a lot of very, very bright young people with us at the time. And we did go to the state finally about 10 years ago with a group with Dave Holman and myself. Managed to get to Craigens. And I forget, David, did we come in 10th? At the time with a one-class system, and we were very proud of the kids then, and we're extremely proud of this group of doing so well, because we know what it takes to become a champion, and these young men are certainly champions. So our best congratulations to all of them. Thank you.
For just a minute, I really wish Dennis Retke were back. When we came back from state basketball tournament, they had a big reception at gym. Dennis, that was my first year as a principal. I just left the athletic directorship the year before, and Dennis Retke made the comment that if he'd only known that's what it would take to get us to state in basketball, he would have hired a new athletic director many years before. Right now, I'm saying, if I'd only known this is what it would take, we would have hired a new superintendent a long time ago. If you see him, you can pass that along. But you probably don't know a lot about Knowledge Bowl, and in just a minute, I'm going to have Matt Flugel ask me after today to talk and kind of give you an idea what the state competition was like and how they played tennis or golf to get mentally ready and some of those kind of things. We had a good opportunity to go up there early, but I just thought I'd kind of show you how these guys warm up. You probably don't know it, so we'll just start with Justin. And Justin, can you give me the Yiddish word for a weak-willed and timid person?
That's pretty tricky, but I guess I'd have to say nebbish.
Nebbish is right. These guys are good. Don, the size of the student body at Evergreen Valley College?
9,200.
Exactly. Where's it located? San Jose. Matt Hoppy. The term sneezeweed refers to several North American plants of what genus?
Millennium.
Correct. I'm giving Chris an arts-related one, and you all know what an artist is. But Chris, what is mezzo relievo?
Now, isn't that when
This isn't Jeopardy.
Isn't that a sculpture relief where the front comes about 1/2 away from the picture of the
Approximately what happened? Very good.
Yay!
Matt Flugel. What was the only mine layer sunk at Pearl Harbor?
I am the only person in the entire universe that knows this. The Ogallala.
Ogallala.
I've been waiting since 9th grade for that question in knowledge.
Wait no more. Seniors, last question. How many days left of school?
I don't know.
I want to go to school anyway. Tell us about your weekend and how things went up there. Again, filling all the, we don't know much about it.
Oh, I don't know if you want to know everything.
Stand up. Oh, parts that we can hear.
Well, we didn't exactly have the typical experience. We went up a day early so Mrs. Hennenbarber could attend a counselors gathering at Madden's Resort right next to Craigens. And we were pretty privileged because we were probably the only team staying all by ourselves. On Sunday, it was almost deserted, so we had pretty much the whole resort to ourselves. We played tennis and went swimming, and they had an indoor basketball court, so we played a little basketball. And you know that none of us are in basketball. That's about the closest to a real player we have. We pretty much kicked our butts.
And we all learned humility before we started.
But and Monday, the other teams started coming in. Midday, we registered, again without Mrs. Henenbarber. Thankfully, the state coordinator was also our regional coordinator, so she knew us and let us do everything without our coach. And she liked us. She cheered for us. But that night, we had the banquet, and each regional coordinator recognized their teams from their region. And it was a very large dining room full of Knowledge Bowl teams, so there was a lot of... Yeah, well, we did have our coach. She came to eat.
You know, I'd like to say something. I was Dorothy's roommate up at Madden's, and she might have been there. She was asleep the whole night wondering what she was doing. In other words, I didn't sleep, but she didn't sleep. So.
Good thing she doesn't know. But, oh, well, yeah, I guess we played a game of Trivial Pursuit Monday before the written round, and yeah, well, just rub it in. But we read questions for most of the weekend too, old Knowledge Bowl questions from 1987. So the current events were history for us and things of that sort. But that night we had the written round after the banquet, and we found out our score on the written round that night. So we went to bed knowing that we were in 7th place, tied with a few other teams, only 3 points out of first. So it was a pretty nice position to be in. We were in the 3rd room the next day, racked up some points the first round, 19, and then that jumped us up into first, and the rest of the day we didn't let anyone touch us. I'm very proud of that. The strange thing about this competition was after the 5th oral round, which is usually the end of a competition, they erase all your points and take the top 3 teams for one more 45-question round, which determines the state champion. So we lost our 9-point lead and started over, and pretty much won it on the last question. We were ahead by 1 point with the last question, and guessed and got it.
What was the question?
The question was, they gave us a sentence. We never heard the whole
The
sentence.
participle phrase in this sentence functions as what part of the speech?
And the sentence was, the horse wearing the blank tuxedo, and then we buzzed in. They buzzed in, I was the other one.
And we engaged a short little 15-second discussion about the possible participle phrase after that, and decided that it
was definitely an adjective.
It had a talk. It was definitely talking about the tuxedo. It was an adjective.
And it was.
Oh my God.
Explain that again.
I wouldn't own that.
I don't know.
Time I didn't understand.
Dom and I have Mr. McElfee to thank for that.
Wherever he
But
is.
he's sick today, I guess.
Hold it up. Hold it up. Yeah, actually right now it's not my forte. You guys need to pour some punch, right? I gotta get out of it.
So, I'm not one to speak, I do too.
I didn't get you.
First, Adelaide, records, Adelaide.
Adelaide is half.